Hey guys, because it's an hour before Money in the Bank, the WWE pay per view, I shall be. I got a sheet here with the entire match card of the night, with the matches and who's the champion, who's not the champion in the championship matches. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you now who I think is gonna win the matches and what the matches are. All right. So on the WWE website, it's weird because they've got it like from the main event to the kickoff show, not from the kickoff show to the main event. So it's annoying, but you know. So we've got the Universal Championship between Seth Rollins, who is the champion, and AJ Styles. Oh yeah, by the way, the champions I shall read out first. So Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. That means Seth Rollins is the champion, even though I didn't tell you. So then we've got. So in that match, I reckon that's going to be one of, if not the best matches of the night. Because they're just supremely talented superstars. And, yeah. They've got very similar styles, I would say. Get it? Styles. So, and I reckon Seth Rollins is going to retain because he only just won it at WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what I reckon is going to happen. But I could be wrong. I probably am going to be wrong because I always am. But you know. So yeah, we got the SmackDown Women's Championship now. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. I was going to say Ric Flair then. I don't know why. Because I've only got written down here Flair. I was like, I've just been playing SmackDown versus Raw 2007. And Ric Flair's been like on a losing streak at the moment. So yeah, I've gotten used to saying Ric Flair now instead of Charlotte Flair, you know. So yeah, then we've got the men's Money in the Bank, or MIT, as I got written down here. We've got Balor, Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion, which isn't on the line tonight. I don't know why. Versus Sami Zayn, versus Drew McIntyre, versus Randy Orton, versus Ricochet, versus Baron Corbin, versus Ali, versus Andrade. Because it's a 8-man ladder match. Yes, it is a ladder match. I don't know who's going to win. I have a feeling I can rule out Finn Balor because he is the Intercontinental Champion. But I reckon I can also rule out Sami Zayn as well because Braun Strowman's probably going to attack him and make sure he doesn't win. So, you know. And then, so yeah, so now it's down to Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Ricochet, Corbin, Ali, and Andrade. I don't know who I reckon's going to win. I reckon it could be Drew McIntyre. That's what I reckon anyway. Or Andrade, because he's been putting on some good matches with Finn Balor. Which is why I'm happy to see that Finn Balor's retaining his title against Andrade at Super Showdown on the 7th of June. So, yeah, look out for my predictions on that. 7th of June, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, we've also got the Women's Money in the Bank match, which is between Bayley, Naomi, Carmella, Natalya, Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Nikki Cross. I don't know who I think's gonna win. I reckon this is more of a tough one because they didn't really put like any. I thought Alexa Bliss would have been in there because she just returned, but I don't know. So yeah, and she just hosted WrestleMania, but I don't know. I reckon Bayley's gonna win because of that whole thing with Sasha Banks, like leaving the company. I reckon Bayley's gonna win. It's just with all the things that have been going on between Banks and the company, I reckon Bayley's gonna win. It's just again my opinion. But I don't know. I haven't really been watching this week. I've watched like the bits they put on YouTube, but I haven't actually been watching the show. I need to start watching the show. But it's always like in like really early in the morning though, so I can't. But I'll try. And then we got, if not, I'll just watch it the day after. And then we've got the WWE Championship between Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens. I reckon the fact that Kofi Kingston wasn't actually supposed to be WWE Champion when Mustafa Ali was not injured, because the whole Kofi Mania thing at like Elimination Chamber and in a gauntlet match at WrestleMania, that was supposed to be Mustafa Ali, but instead he got injured and like he couldn't see out of like one eye or something like that, and so yeah, he wasn't cleared to wrestle at Elimination Chamber, so then the role went to Kofi Kingston instead. And then because he's been in the company for 11 years without getting like any like titles or any world titles opportunities or anything like that, the WWE audience was like, right, this could be Kofi's time now. We need to make sure we get him to the top, rather than WWE going, oh yeah, Kofi Kingston, he's popular, let's put him in here. Haha, we're gonna make him lose every single week. So yeah, that didn't happen, and Daniel Bryan lost at WrestleMania to Kofi Kingston, which is good. But I reckon WWE are just gonna go, everyone's happy now, Kofi Kingston's champion. Oh no, let's make sure they bring them down and lose the championship. So yeah, that's why I reckon Kevin Owens is gonna win. So yeah, I don't know. WWE just like to do that to their audience, so And then we got the Raw Women's Championship, which is between Becky Lynch, who is wrestling twice in this show, because she's got 2 championships. I'm not sure which one she's going to lose though. That's why I didn't give a prediction for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I reckon she is going to lose one of them, but I don't know which one. I reckon she's going to lose the SmackDown Women's Championship, mostly because it's a bit too early for Lacey Evans to be at the top of the card, Especially when people like Natalya, Ember Moon and Bayley are just in the Money in the Bank match, and Alexa Bliss isn't even on the show. So, I reckon Lynch is going to lose it to Flair, and then stay on Raw, be the Raw Women's Champion, while Flair is the Women's Champion. That's what I think is going to happen on SmackDown. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't know. Then they got the 2 best, I would say, women on the roster as their 2 champions. But I don't know. So now we have the steel cage match between The Miz and Shane McMahon. I reckon they're really pushing for The Miz, for this to be his big babyface run. So I reckon The Miz is going to come out victorious. But in my opinion, this should have ended about WrestleMania. This was one of those rivalries that was set for WrestleMania and not really much further. So hopefully The Miz wins here and this doesn't go any further. That's all I'm saying, but it's probably going to go till Super Showdown. But, because that's Saudi Arabia money, So yeah, I reckon that's what's going to happen, and then they're going to have a 2 out of 3 falls match or something like that at Super Showdown for the proper victor. It's just what makes the most sense, really. Plus, it gets Shane McMahon wrestling at Saudi Arabia, because we all know how well his last trip to Saudi Arabia went, don't we? Yeah, world's greatest wrestler, my ass. But yeah, anyway, we've got Roman Reigns versus Elias. Again, like I said in my WrestleMania prediction, I reckon because, like, you know, with the whole thing with Roman Reigns coming back from, like, battling leukemia and stuff like that, he's a big star that just come back from a fight with a terrible disease. But I reckon they can use that to not, so they don't damage him. Because if they leave it a bit, then people will go, oh yeah, he's back for good now, and everything's fine. So, like, you know. So yeah. But now, while it's still fresh in the memory, I reckon they can start, like, letting him lose. So, like, I reckon Roman Reigns is going to be that guy to, like, levitate, you know, Elias to more the top, because when he came over to SmackDown on the Superstar Shake-Up, he was really shown to be like a massive get for SmackDown. I reckon it'll be a waste to waste that opportunity at the first pay-per-view. So yeah, I reckon they're not gonna let Elias lose to maybe a third pay-per-view. So I reckon they're gonna let him have a win at Super Showdown, and then get him to lose. But I don't know. So yeah. So now we have the United States Championship match between Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. And I want Samoa Joe to win, but because of what happened at WrestleMania with the whole really short match thing, I reckon Rey Mysterio is going to take it and win the match. So yeah, that's what I reckon is going to happen. Mostly because at WrestleMania it was a really short match. Rey Mysterio got buried. He didn't get buried. He just got it was a squash match. It was the definition of a squash match. So yeah, that's just what I reckon. I reckon because he got squashed at WrestleMania, I reckon he's gonna jump back and win the United States Championship. It's just what I think. I probably am wrong, but you know. So now we got the Cruiserweight Championship between Tony Nese and Daivari. Now I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know whether they used Tony Nese for almost like a home crowd win, or whether they used it because they wanted him to be champion for a while. So, and I haven't been watching 205 Live because they don't put it on YouTube that much, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say Tony Nese is gonna retain. Why not? I don't know. So now on the kickoff show, yes, ending with the kickoff show, we have the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions between Daniel Bryan and Rowan, who literally just won it Tuesday, I believe it was, versus the Usos. Now on the Superstar Shake-Up, the Usos got drafted to Raw. So I don't think the Usos are going to be able to have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships on Raw. So I believe either they're going to win and come back to SmackDown, or Bryan and Rowan are going to retain. And without further ado, because I'm not verified, because of course I'm not, why would I be? I have about half a minute left. So after all of those predictions, I shall see you maybe after Money in the Bank. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, see you guys later. Please like, subscribe and share. And goodbye.